This is the question asked in today's SkillTrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input, we are given 6 characters as input, and these 6 characters represents the 6 faces of a cube. So the first character A represents the top face of the cube, and the second character B represents the right face, and C is the bottom face, and D is the left face, E is the front, and F is the back face. So these are the 6 different faces in a cube, and every face is represented using a unique character. And in the second line, we are given an integer n as input. So here n is equal to 3. So every face in the cube must be represented in 3 cross 3 matrix format. So in our expected output, we can see the unfolded cube. So this is how our cube will be looking like after unfolding. So here we have all the 6 different faces, and the empty spaces are filled with asterisks. So first, let us highlight the faces, the 6 different faces. So now if we want to form a cube from this particular pattern, first we will be cutting out all the asterisks, and after cutting all the asterisks, we will be starting to fold in order to form the cube. And when we fold, we can observe that the A face will be in the top, and B will be in the right, and C will be going to the bottom, and D will be in the left, and E will be in the front, and F will be in the back. So this is how our cube will be looking like if you are using this particular pattern. So in our question, we are given the 6 different characters which represents the 6 different faces of the cube, and we are also given an integer n which represents the size of each face. Our task is to just print out this output pattern which represents how the cube will be looking like if we are unfolded. So we will be using a matrix to represent this. So first, let us calculate the total number of rows and columns required. In this case, n is equal to 3, and the total number of rows in our output is 9, which is nothing but 3 into 3. So we can commonly say that the number of rows is equal to n into 3. Similarly, the columns. So here n is equal to 3, and we have 12 columns in our output. So which is nothing but 4 into 3. So generally we can say that number of columns required is equal to n into 4. So this is the size of our output matrix, n into 3, n into 4, R cross C. So now we have to iterate through every n cross n submatrix in this particular matrix, and we have to fill the characters. So in the first submatrix, it will always be empty. Not only in this case, but every case, the first submatrix will always be filled with asterisks. And in the second submatrix, we will be using the 6th character which we are given as input. So totally we are given 6 characters. So in this case, we are given A, B, C, D, E, F, and in the second submatrix, we will be using the 6th character which is F. So the second submatrix is filled with F, and then the third and fourth submatrix will always be empty. So we should fill those with asterisks. And now when we move to the fourth submatrix, the fourth submatrix should be filled with the 4th character. So here the 4th character is D. So the 4th submatrix is filled with the character D, and then the 5th submatrix is filled with the character A, which is the first character in our input, which represents the top face. So like this, for every submatrix, we have to take the appropriate character, and if the particular submatrix need not be filled, then we have to fill the submatrix with asterisks. And finally, after filling all the n cross n submatrix, we have to print the total character matrix, which will be the required output, which is nothing but the how the cube will be looking like after unfolding. So this is our task. We have to update all the n cross n matrix, and we have to print the total updated matrix. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. So first I am creating a character array named CHRS of size 6, in which we will be storing the 6 given input characters, and after that I am creating an integer n to store the value of the integer variable which will be given as input. So now we have to create a loop and accept the 6 different characters and store it in CHRs, and after that we have to accept the integer and store it into the variable n. So now soon after accepting the input, we can determine the size of our output. So our output will be represented in a matrix format of size R cross C, in which R will be equal to n into 3 and C will be equal to n into 4, which we have already seen. So I am storing these values in the variables R and C, and also I am creating another variable named submat, and initially I am storing 1 in it, because in the first iteration we will be present in the first submatrix. So that is why initially I am setting submat is equal to 1. And now I am creating the output matrix, a character matrix named mat of size r cross c. So we have already declared the values of r and c. So now we have to iterate through every n cross n matrix in this particular matrix. So I am creating a nested loop. So in every iteration of this ij loop, we have to iterate through non-overlapping n cross n submatrix. So to iterate through every non-overlapping submatrices, here in the loop we can see that we are starting from 0 and we are iterating till I less than or equal to r minus n. And in every iteration we are incrementing the value by n times. So I plus is equal to n. So we will be incrementing n times in every iteration. Similarly, the j loop also starts from 0 and iterates till j less than or equal to c minus n, and the value of j will be incremented by n times in every iteration. So only when we iterate like this, we will be iterating through the non-overlapping submatrices. So in the first iteration of this ij loop, we will be present in the first submatrix, and in the second iteration we will move to the second submatrix. So in every iteration we have to increment the variable submat. Only then it will be easy for us to determine in which submatrix we are actually present at, because we will be using the submatrix count to determine which character should be filled in that particular n cross n matrix. So initially I am creating a character named ch and I am storing the asterisk into it. And as we have seen, the first submatrix will always be filled with asterisks. So here we are not writing any condition for submat 1. But if it is a second submatrix, then the particular submatrix should be filled with the last character of the given 6 characters. So the last character will be stored at the index 5. And if it is third and fourth submatrix, then we will fill it with asterisks. So I am not including any condition. But if it is fifth submatrix, then we will be storing the fourth character. So I am updating the value of ch. Similarly, if it is sixth submatrix, we will be storing the first character. So I am updating the value of ch. And similarly, we have to write 3 more conditions for the 7th, 8th and 10th submatrix. And for all the remaining submatrix, we will fill it with asterisks. So only when the submatrix is equal to 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, we will be filling it with the characters which we are given. And for all the remaining submatrix, we will be filling it with asterisks. And for the 7th submatrix, we should fill it with the second character. So we have to create a condition like if submat is equal to 7, then ch is equal to chrs of 1, because the second character is present at index 1. Similarly, if the submat is equal to 8, then we have to store the third character. The third character will be present at the index 2. And then for the 10th submatrix, we have to store the fifth character. So we have to implement a condition like if submat is equal to 10, then ch is equal to chrs of 4, because the fifth character is present at the index 4. So now we have updated the value of ch, but we haven't actually updated that particular submatrix. So to iterate through the particular n cross n submatrix, I am again creating a nested loop. So this nested I1J1 loop actually iterates through that particular n cross n submatrix. So now this n cross n submatrix should be filled with the character ch. So this I1J1 loop starts from I and iterates till I plus n, I1 less than I plus n. Similarly, the j loop starts from j and iterates till j1 less than j plus n. And in every iteration of this nested loop, at the index I1J1, we will be storing the character ch. So this nested loop will fill the particular submatrix, the particular n cross n submatrix with the character ch. So this is how we will be filling the characters in every submatrix. So finally, after the execution of this ij loop, all the n cross n submatrix in the matrix should have been updated, and now our task is to just print the matrix. So using a nested loop, we have to print the matrix which will be the required output. So this is the logic to solve today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.